The Honorable State Secretary Tan Sri Moshidi Ghani, the Honorable Assistant Minister Dato' Lin, and also Deputy State Secretary Dato' Ismawi, and Dr. Yo, and all his staff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to SBC for me to come over to this sort of laboratory, and also for the briefing given to me. Actually, I'm very interested in SBC now. I've never been here. If I'm not the Chief Minister, I don't think I'll be here. But luckily, I'm the Chief Minister. So I got a lot of hidden wealth in SBC. Actually, it's a really hidden wealth that have not been really exploited or given value. And SBC has been here for the past 20 years. I calculated just now from your figure, it's 20 years. If 20 years to a human being is the time for you to get married. After knowing your friend, girlfriend. But in this particular case, I think SBC has more or less identified the chart for the future. And it's just appropriate that the last 2 days we have been talking about digital economy. And today, I don't know whether it's programmed or not, I'm not very sure. I was asked to come here after the digital economy. And here we are to find so many wealth, reserve that we have in Borneo, in Sarawak. When I was briefed on that particular oil, it reminds me of that lady body shop. Immediately, it reminds me of her, how she really developed body shop and now become international brand. And our biodiversity is really very rich. What we are lacking perhaps is research and how to convert the findings of the research to be a commercial brand. And that not only for the sake of business, but rather for the sake of preserving our environment, where we manage our environment judiciously, and also to produce products which is basically organic that can be marketed globally. As I said, of course, Mitsubishi has collaborated with SBC in terms of algae. And algae, I saw just now, the protein pill, that capsule, which has contained a lot of protein, which definitely is in demand for sustaining human being. And then number 2, I saw the anti-malaria sort of what I call compound. If only Bill Gates know this, I think Bill Gates will come over here, because the foundation under the name of Bill Gates' wife, she is that foundation is really trying to find ways how to fight malaria. And then there you are, we have the ingredients or the compound that can fight malaria. Then I find another product, cosmetic, which is cosmetic. And I know, excuse me, Japanese, people from Japan, I do not know about Japan much, but I know about Korean. Because the Korean ladies, the surgery for beauty, #1 in the world. They all want to be very beautiful, Korean. You just see the winter sonata. if you see winter sonata, then you know what I mean. Then if only we have this cosmetic product which are organic in nature, and then you can produce some of this cosmetic item which is environmentally friendly, I think the market is yours. And therefore, I would like SBC now to further your activity, not only on research, but commercialization of your research. If you need to, up to AG, Talat is here. If you need to amend the ordinance, you amend the SBC ordinance to allow commercialization of finding of this. And then it is not only confined to that, because I know intellectual property right, the IP important. But once you get the IP, and that is your property, then you can make use of our land to plant this sort of trees, rather than only oil palm. Oil palm is quite sensitive now, especially amongst the environmentalists because of the peat. That's why Dr. Luli is doing a lot of research to convince the market that it doesn't destroy the environment through plantation on peat. But this sort of plant, you can extract it from the forest. You do a lot of research. You try to find out whether it can be planted somewhere else. Maybe it affects humidity, climate, whatever it is. That one is left to the scientists. If you can do it, then you have a plantation of this sort of plant, which I think has higher value, maybe higher than oil palm. Per acre or per hectare. 1 hectare of oil palm, you compare with 1 hectare of this plant, which one give more money? I'm sure this sort of comparative study can really, I think, give more value to this sort of called economic research on our plant. And therefore, I don't mind. I will try to get some venture capital from the government to work with you or with any entrepreneur that you feel that you got the market already. We just try. And then, of course, we use our, hopefully by next year, we got the ecosystem e-commerce. And then we place it in the market, and then we see the response of the market. But if it's good, you make money, then the government will sell the equity that government takes for you to take back at par. It must be at par. We don't sell at premium, but at par, because that is become a venture capitalist. You mean venture capital. And I think if you can focus on one first, I don't mind for us to start. The government put equity together with you, and you have a commercial enterprise. 3 parties, government, you, and then one entrepreneur. Then we really develop that particular product. And if it's successful, then you can template it for the other products out of our other trees. And then you can plant the trees. I have, Sabarkas has land in Samarahan. It's 600 acres in Samarahan. Perhaps we try with Sabarkas. Then we try to plant certain plants. Perhaps the cosmetic one, because Sabarkas a lot of young people there who are very, very keen on this cosmetic. And then though I'm the president, but I'm not, very old already. But the rest is still young. We can work together with the scientists And then we produce that plant and we try to find out what is the capital like. And then we produce commercially your finding. Just try $1 lah. Kita coba satu. And then we spread it out to the other plants. I think Datuk Len, I have worked with Datuk Len. I asked him to identify industrial forest policy. Industrial forest not necessarily mean furniture or fiber-based product, but also include this sort of product. Well, this one is, I think, more value in terms of our rich biodiversity. And the future is there for us. I'm very keen. Honestly, I'm very keen. As your Chief Minister, I will back you up in this enterprise. And the moment we got this sort of products, and then I think with our rich biodiversity, we can move forward. You see, I was with Singapore Foreign Minister, Dr. Vivian. Dr. Vivian was telling me, if only Singapore has these resources, then we can be a major player. Then dia cakap, can we work together? Meaning, we got these resources. And of course, Singapore is very strong in brain power. But if we can work with them, and then we develop our biodiversity resources, because the moment you take the plant, you plant somewhere else, meaning you don't destroy our permanent forest. We just take one plant and then multiply it in a plantation sort of approach. Then I'm sure the future is there. Kalau dia sudah ready become a world market, that's how Laura we try to get some money out of it from that venture capital through certain levy, just like cess fund. It's similar to cess fund. So we collect from levy from all these players. Tidak banyak lah, sikit sajalah, 5% cukup lah, to recover the money we spend on our research. And that will become an added revenue to the state. And the state will make use of the money again as a venture capital to other industries out of our biodiversity reserve. And I hope that can be done. And I give you, say, October this month. If you can give me a good proposal, then October, November, we try to identify. And then whatever capital that you need, of course, you must have feasibility study to make sure that it is a successful one. But I give you timeline up to October for you to think. And then to get the right partner for you to produce. At least you start with that oil first. That, apa nama itu, minyak wangi, Sitara. Okay lah, whatever it is. At least start that one first. And then I hope one day I can see from all the store, Parkson store, and then maybe this cosmetic store that you got the product there with certain price. You see, maybe with our friend from Japan, we can sell in Japan on this product. And then Korea, and I will ask Ek Pahon to try to get all the actors coming for IFA. IFA, we've got a lot of pelakon-pelakon. And then try them to bring them over here. Ek, if possible, one of the visit, come to SBC, ask him to explain all that to them. And then you take photograph with all this beautiful actress with that one. Then you say, you ask permission from them. Can I promote this to you? If they say okay, then just put on the website with all the actors. With that, once again, thank you very much for your briefing, and I hope all the best.
Okay, thank you.